Good morning. Good morning. First of all, I would like to speak in Khmer, so we have a lot of young people here, Khmer people. ខ្ញុំសូមអនុញ្ញាតនិយាយភាសាអង់គ្លេសឲ្យបងប្អូនមួយទាំងអស់ក៏ស្ដាប់បានដែរហើយដូច្នេះសូមអនុញ្ញាតនិយាយភាសាអង់គ្លេសហើយសូមស្វាគមន៍ទាំងអស់គ្នាដែលយើងបានជួបគ្នាពិសេសជាមួយមួយទាំងអស់ដែលជាអនាគតអ្នកដឹកនាំទៅថ្ងៃក្រោយ Well, that's all I can say. Good morning to you all, and Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, princess, colleagues and friends. When I used to know that Dr. Wanderot mentioned about that welcome home, I came about 30 years ago. So it was me coming during the time that we are building up the second kingdom of Cambodia. And that wasn't like this. 30 years ago, 1992, September 12, 1992. So I'm really happy to see all of you here growing up and be in a good environment and hopeful for the future. Let me give you a little bit of speech, if you will, on this. It gives me a great pleasure to take part and provide the keynote address as guest of honor in this very important Leadership for Good Summit Cambodia. Well, the theme of the summit, Imagine Cambodia, co-creating or share visions for 2050, is put forth at the timely and opportune moment with Cambodia entered the 7th legislature under new leadership in both legislative and executive branches. I think Duga mentioned about hopefully that we have a female prime minister in the future. Yes, we do have female president of National Assembly already. So this is the first time for ladies to be in charge. But actually ladies always in charge in our society. And that's true, because let me explain to you, to our foreign guests and friends, we always value ladies is the first in our society. The word chief in Cambodia, we call May. It's mother. So May means female. May is, so if you are chief of something or your boss, that's May. Cambodia is a matriarchal society, so we always value ladies and young ladies and all those, genders. And this is Cambodian, this is Cambodia, this is Buddhism. As a current members of Parliament and a former Minister of Commerce, well, I've been out for 3 months already. And of course, still responsible on trade and related matters from the legislative branch. I wish to share my thoughts here with all of you on Cambodia aspirations for Vision 2050, where we are in our journey, and what would be required for us to achieve this ambitious but reachable target, all for the benefits of our country, our society, and of course our people. Vision 2050, as we all know, is the target set by the royal government of Cambodia for Cambodia to to become a high-income country by 2050. We did not have a society, school, hospitals, infrastructure, or even currency. All were wiped out by the genocidal regime of the Khmer Rouge. But we struggled. We overcame and we have turned our country around from the country with poverty level of 100%, no economy, to a country with one of the fastest growing economies in the world, average about 27% for the past 20 years. This remarkable economic growth was built on the solid foundations of peace and political stability, which are the prerequisites for any sustained economic development, especially for a young and growing democracy such as Cambodia. As a result, in 2015, Cambodia was reclassified as a lower middle income country by the World Bank and thus set the first milestone toward Vision 2050. As I mentioned earlier, achieving these grand visions will be challenging, as the target has set ourselves with is ambitious, but it's not unattainable. As we can see that we are moving from nothing to now. It's really amazing. It's amazed me, and I'm really happy to be here for the rest of my life. What we need are the right policies and tools. Right policies we do have. We are talking about Pentagonal policies and tools. We have many, and you are part of the tools also. Of course, it started from the triangular strategy, and the four phases of the rectangular strategy have led toward this significant national development goal by paving the way for Cambodia to become a lower middle income country and for Cambodia to achieve a rapid socio-economic development in the past 25 years. Believe me, for young people, I've seen it. I've seen it with my own eyes, the development of the country, this country here, from nothing. You have garbage everywhere on the street. You don't have lights. You don't have ACs. You don't have water. You don't have anything. But look now, you are more or less comfortable. You can talk to each other, and you're geared toward 2050s. Like Professor Van Rut mentioned about, we are resilience. We are very resilient nations. We start from nothing. We were destroyed. We had many upheavals, right after the fall of Angkor in the 13th centuries, and many wars, small wars, big wars, internal fightings, and look at us. We still survive. But here we learn from experience that being together, being united, it's very important for us to survive. I'm talking about here is peace and stability. We always have an old sayings, I was surprised that the president of Korea, he came here, he mentioned about our proverb, said, if you are, there's the chopstick, the proverb of chopstick. If the chopstick is together, you cannot break it. It's one, you can break it easily. And we have to be united, first of all. This is very important for us to learn from the past, and looking out for the future. I'll talk a little bit about that in the future. Those global mega trends play critical roles in shaping current and future regional and global trade and economic outlook, and the formulations of Pentagonal strategies phase 1 resonate well with these mega trends in all the 5 main Pentagons. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, friends, Cambodia's rapid social economic development leads itself to trade, which play an important role in Cambodia's rise in the regions and global stature, and will need to play even more critical roles if Cambodia is to achieve Vision 2050. Cambodia has made great strides in utilizing trade-led growth after joining ASEAN in 1999 and the WTO in 2004. Through these regional and global trade integrations, Cambodia benefited from special and differential treatments. Short is called SNDT, according to the least developed countries. SNDT, special differential treatment provisions under multilateral trading system with the WTO as its core, allow Cambodia to access preferential market access and other preferential treatments from developed and developing countries who are members of WTOs, provided under the WTO's frameworks, including duty-free, quota-free market access, such as, the EBA, the GSPs, LDC services waiver for service provided by LDCs, extended transition periods to apply provisions of the TRIPS agreements, and others. SNDT has been instrumental in easing Cambodia's integration into the global trading systems. This trade-led growth is evidenced as in 2022, Cambodia's exported of goods and services represents a significant 64.40% of our GDP. This is as recorded by the World Bank. As we leverage preferential treatment to attract investment in our productive sectors, boost our exports, and remain competitive overall. But once again, Cambodia has come to a crossroad, and this crossroad is LDC gradations. In 2021 triennial review, Cambodia met the LDC gradation criteria for the first time. I was there in Doha, in Qatar, and we were talking about this. Trying to push the LDC gradations. I was instrumental in pushing it. Cambodia passing 2 out of 3 criteria in Gini per capita and Human Development Index, but fell short in economic and environmental vulnerability index, we call EVI. In 2024, it should be early this 2024, Cambodia will undergo another triennial review, and if we continue to meet the gradation criteria, Cambodia is on track to gradation from LDC's category in 2027 at the earliest. So they will come here, the UN, we call it the ECOSOC group committees, will come here and evaluate us again on 2024, early 2024, and then they will ratify, say, okay, you're on a good track, and then we can move along and doing all those footwork to get the gradation ready by 27. Why I'm saying 2027? It's we're looking at 2050 in the future. What this means is that the SNDT we enjoy as LDC will no longer apply, and Cambodia will be taken on commitment and obligations as developing countries in similar manner as large economies such as China, India, Indonesia. I just name a few. That means we'll be on the big boys team, big boys field. So you are competing with all those economies, and you're on the same par, and then you have to run fast, to be strong. You mentioned about strength. It's very important to know that what you're heading to and what you have, for yourself as a country. There is no I call preferences. There's no leeways. You'll have to get the loan with the same interest rate as other countries, developing countries. You have to do exactly. I would say you are on the same level playing fields. There's no excuse anymore. This is the reason why Cambodia has been very active during my tenure as Minister of Commerce in pursuing bilateral FTAs outside the frameworks of ASEAN. That means we have, as an ASEAN members, we have this kind of agreements that you have free flows of goods and services and capitals. I always go to investors who talk about, don't see Cambodia as one country. See us as part of ASEAN, of 650 million people, and see us as one province, as one of the 10 provinces of ASEAN. Because of the fact that we have free flows of goods and services and free flows of capital. It's almost like a state, a federal state. But there's a long way to go also for ASEAN. We have a lot of agreements, a lot of FTAs within ASEAN that we need to do and works together. But you're on that path, on that good path. And Cambodia is very active, and we are not we are an asset to ASEAN, and we believe in ASEAN centralities. Just wanna mention to you guys, young people, Cambodia, thanks to ASEAN centrality is very important for us as a small country. We are part of the big teams, and ASEAN is very well known around the world as a hub, as a body to do trade and sustainable trades with others. You got to know that ASEAN is bigger than EU, population-wise. And so EU is working to be friends with ASEAN, and I was with the former prime ministers and working with them. And then, of course, this is very important to act, just like the Indian prime minister mentioned about is Act East. And almost everybody's working on Act East. You have USA is on IPEF, Indo-Pacific Economic Corporations. But I think that's not working there, because the intention, I have to say, a little bit critical to USA is because they are divided us, ASEAN in two. The LDCs are not part of IPEF, and that's not the right thing to do. You're not doing that. ASEAN centrality is the main thing. That's what ASEP is. ASEP, we'll talk about this, the ASEP, a little bit more. Therefore, in the short to medium terms, maintaining open market access for goods and services is very critical for Cambodia to remain competitive, to offset the loss of preferences due to graduation. This is the reason why Cambodia has been very active framework. This policy was prescribed in the rectangular strategy phase 4 and is once again outlined in the pentagonal strategies phase 1 as an instrument for new source of growth. Pursuant to this policy, Cambodia has so far established 3 bilateral trades with China, Republic of Korea, this is bilateral trade, and United Arab Emirates, and more FTAs are currently being studied. This afternoon I have to go and invite Minister of Commerce to come and talk about this UAE's CEPA. This is like a working group because as you mentioned about, I'm in charge of the 9 committees, what we call, and that 9 committees is responsible for trade. It's not just for trade, it's 7 ministries. So in a sense that we have more responsibility, but and trade and commerce is there. We have public works, civil aviations, post and telecom, urban planning, MISTI is in there also. So I would like to mention that National Assemblies is very important for us also. You have to go through, and we work side by side, and this is something that we need to know and learn. Just to let you know that this is my last work for CEPA because of I've done and started since 2 or 3 years ago, and this is nothing, and they are coming with me, and then I will have to approve it. CEPA is very important. Why we call CEPA? We don't call FTAs, free trade agreements. CEPA is called Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreements. It includes not just trade, it includes taxes, custom regimes, and of course labors and everything, on that. It's very comprehensive. So you ask us, how come you work with the UAE? Small country, small economy, LDCs. UAE is up there, Hey, these 2 countries are complementary each other, just like puzzle. It's not you are competing among each other. You are helping each other. Let me explain to you on this. We have plenty of food, rice, anything, agricultural products. We have plenty of that. But we lack of energy. We don't have a lot of energies. Of course, we have offshore deposits of hydrocarbons, but it takes time to do this, to exploit this under shore, under offshores. Look at the UAEs. Once you say mentioning about UAEs is the guy who has fuel, the guy who has energies. So it's complementary just on that platforms. And they have technologies, they have all those up there, all those modernities of building up the countries. So it's very important for us to learn from them, and them benefit from us also on their food supply. So again, market. You can sell rice, you can sell almost anything that they need as far as food supply. Not necessarily to UAE, but to the Middle East, Eastern countries, and also to the Sub-Saharan Africa, which they use UAE or Middle East countries as hub. Just like Singapore for Asia. You move your supply there and then you distribute it to other countries. Singapore is very good at that. You have the best port facilities, very up high. I've been there twice, visiting it. You have a very, it's amazing port facilities. That's what we need, and they have that in there. We have 2 minutes. The market access is only one element of a large and holistic strategic frameworks for a smooth gradation with momentum. For Cambodia to be ready to achieve her long-term goal, full structural transformation with trade at the center, would need to realize building on the 5 main pentagonal policies as the pillar, as follow. First, the first pillar, the first corner of the pentagonal, prepare Cambodia workforce to be equipped with education, skill for tomorrow's labor markets by analyzing skill mismatch for upskilling and reskilling, promote technical and vocational education and training, TVET, and science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, STEM educations. This is very important too, and this is consistent with policy area under Pentagonal 1, the SAI, Human Capital Development. That's what you guys are doing here. You went through school and you learn, and now you learn and become to be a leader. As a leadership, you have to have good visions on building the countries. You already have your tool, your primary tool, whether you are medical doctors or you're engineers or whatnot. Use it together, and to build a country. That's the side of Pentagonal side 1. It's very important to know that you have to work together, and trade is not only for one person or one sector. Trade is across the board also. That's something I would like to mention to you. Second, transform through diversifications by pursuing an industrialized economy and transform into high value added manufacturing and service economy to mitigate commodity dependent risk caused by vulnerable to volatile international commodities market. This is to ensure Cambodia productive sectors remain competitive in the face of loss of preferences. Again, this side here, this policy would fit and response to the policy area of Pentagon number 2, side number 2, economic diversification and competitiveness enhancement. See that most of our products here are primary products, raw materials. This is what you need to do, is process them to make them high values added in many ways, many sectors. So you have to, in hospitalities, bring it up. Dubai has even higher hospitalities and high-end hospitalities. You don't have this yet. You bring the high values, big spenders or people who can afford. You have big, cultural monuments here. I'm not saying that to exploit them, but at least work with them and bring it up to the same level that we wanna do. Diversification is very important for us. That's side 2. Third, leverage foreign direct investment, FDI, to achieve inclusive transformation by incorporating micro enterprise and small and medium-sized enterprise, including women and youth-owned and run MSMEs, and build enabling business environment, including support for access to finance, entrepreneurial skill, information market, as well as inclusion of regional and global value chain. You can see that micro SMEs. This is what we do for business. You start with micro SMEs. This is the livelihood for all of us, for young people, for small businesses, for moms and pops, for our fathers. You need to work on that. You need to bring the scale, and also upscale the scale, the quantity, and also the quantity and the quality of these SMEs. In Singapore, the hawkers are nice. I like to enjoy it. I always enjoy it. Good price, cleanliness, good service. We need to do that. I've been talking with the French ambassador and also the French ministers why don't you come, Michelin ratings, come here and rate with us, rate with our small restaurants here, rate with us. They say, well, I'll think about it. Now I know the secrets. I don't know if right or wrong. Singapore pay about $30 million for Michelin to come to their countries. They have budget. You come, I pay you free, $30 million Singapore dollars, I don't know. And they come and rate it, and they have, I'm not, they do their job, we do their job. But Cambodia doesn't have this kind of budget. How to do that? Singapore is smart, but they have money. Fourth, pay special attention to emerging trade and environmental issues, such as reducing carbon emissions, building an environment, human capital skills, and adopting environment-friendly technologies, such as enhancing efficiencies of current source of energy and promote sustainable energy transitions. This corresponds to the policy area in Pentagon 4, resilience, sustainable, and inclusive development. It's very important for us, friends. We are destroying our nature, our earth here, and the industrial revolution are not good, but we need to do it. Now we are moving into another era that we have to protect our environments. We have our resources, we have our technology. Let's think about that. Let me tell you that this is my own thing here. Electricity is not the panacea of solution. It's not the solutions. You have to, but again, this is one of the transitions, we call transition energies for electricities. Because you need to have electricity, of course, but where do you get electricity? You need fuel again to create energies. Industry is talking about transitional energies, which we have, then eventually you're going to use renewable energies such as solar or wind or whatever, rather than just use fuel to create energies. Well, that's a start. That's very good. It's a start. But electricity, EVs, whereas you want to recycle your batteries, how you want to recycle it. It's one way to another, but at least, I think for a start, let's work on that. But on my idea is working on something that's sustainable for your younger generation, for your kids, your grandkids, which is, maybe hydrogens. That's, you combine it, you get water out. That's in the future, 2050. You should think about those things, not just not just EV. Time is running out. So fifth, promoting digitalization to build an inclusive digitally driven economy that provide benefits across all demography through building of digital literacy, capacity building for entrepreneurship, innovation, training, education, and skill development, support enterprises and institutions to effectively leverage the opportunities created by digital economies and e-commerce. This policy recommendation fit within the policy area in Pentagon 5 side, the fifth side, development of digital economy and society. This is very important. This is new to us. Why we move into rectangular strategy to pentagonal strategy, that's the one. That's why we have 5, This is very important for us to think about digitalizations. I always push it, since I came to Cambodia, and not a lot of people like you guys know about it. So we move. I was instrumental in creating Unicode Khmer scripts, and now you can converse yourself in Khmer writings, in digital. Before you hit the ceiling, you cannot do anything. I said, don't cut your head and fit the hat. Don't cut your foot to fit the shoes. Make your shoes bigger. This is what you're doing, preserving your identity. Because your writing, Khmer writing, was invented by our forefather. Even before 1600 years ago. And a lot of people here use our writings. A lot of people of neighboring countries. Why we need to remove it? You need to make your foot bigger. I mean, your shoes bigger than your shoes. Make your hat bigger than your hat. Don't destroy it. Don't Romanize it. What I'm saying. Some people, oh, Romanize it. You know, you are spitting on your ancestors' graves. That's culture. And culture came with everything. I'm sorry to say that. If you want to know someone's or a nation's clearly, you need to know the language which they spoke. Singapore talks English, so okay lah. So I like chicken rice. So, you know. This is something that this is why the event that is organized here today, Leadership for Good Summit, under the theme of Imagine Cambodia, co-creating and share vision for 2050 is timely, as we had to crossroad in our national development and toward the implementation of Pontegoral Strategy for One. The role of all of us here will be crucial as we work our way toward reaching Vision 2050. We need leaderships and support at all levels with collaboration by all actors, including shares, state entities, private sectors, and development partners. Across the board, please bring out your best to help us. Before concluding, I would like to impart few words to our participants. We all have a role in our national development journey, be it as officials of state entities, private sectors, development partners, or simple private citizen. Just one word that you need to know for young people. You have to think globally. Think globally as what's going on here, global. But act locally. Local, you know, another word, there's no one size fit all for any country's development or challenges. You cannot use, an example for this, another country there. Of course, you have to see it, but how can you apply to get an optimum benefits, optimum? I just learned in Khmer is Aramaniyakam or something. Optimizations, it's Baramniyakam, optimization. Baramniyakam, Adam. That's the new Khmer translations. So you have to optimize your know-how to apply to your country. There's no one size fit all. Cambodia is unique. Cambodia has different challenges, different challenges than other countries. So you need to apply it, learn from them, apply it to our country, get the best out of that. May I say that the road is long to reach Vision 2020, but I'm still around. 20 more years. Our journey had already begun with the slower development progress. Nonetheless, for the next 25 years, we need to pick up the speed, as the challenges before us will not be easy, but will be even harder. Due to global megatrends, the world is facing new emerging issues that we have limited experience in facing before. That is including environment and climate change. I'm not talking about political issues. Regardless of what before us, all of us as leaders need to have resolutely to contribute to the development of our countries, and through our own collective efforts, collective is the word, we can accomplish Vision 2050 all for the benefit of our countries, our society, and our people, especially our people, our parents, children, grandchildren. This is something that you need to see, and we don't want them to go to go back to what we were as far as situations in the 70s and 80s, or 70s, 60s and 80s. Please help us, don't return, try to don't return it back. Let's move forward. With this, time is running out, so I thank you so much, Luca. I thank you for your attentions, and hopefully that we can talk more on this. Aang probably knows about it. I'm publishing a book, so we'll see. It's about your young people trying to push and bring your pride at being Cambodian, being Khmer. I thank you very much.
Now I would like to invite our co-chairs to present our token of appreciation.
It's not chicken rice, but chicken rice good.
Oh, I love chicken rice. I actually used when I go to Singapore, I like chicken rice. All the time. Thank you so much. So thank you.
Thank you, Your Excellency, for your remarkable speech. Now, to encourage interactions and some movement, we will be having a 30 minutes tea break. We will see you back here by 11:10. Thank you.